liking this process, the way they're doing development camp this year?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's obviously a lot different from everyone else, how they're skating, but I think it's been really cool kind of just to not worry about the skating aspect and just worry about, the off ice and kind of how to learn to be a pro and learn about the city and learn about the organization a little more. And it's been awesome.
Would you tell us if you hated it?
What's that?
Would you tell us?
No, I don't think anyone hates it. I mean, we've been playing hockey for so long. Everyone loves to skate, but I think it's been kind of a unique aspect of not skating, and I think it's been pretty cool.
Is it fun to have Merrick here?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I texted him right away after the draft. He texted me, and we both, I kind of texted him before the draft, like kind of hoping he'd come to the Blackhawks, but no pressure. And then they traded for that pick, and then I saw his name get called from the Brantford Bulldogs, and it's pretty cool. So yeah.
Do they ask you about that ahead of time? Do they ask your opinion on the guy when they're going through the process?
Yeah, during the year they asked me obviously about Merrick and how he was as a person, player, and there's obviously a guy like that. There's nothing negative about him. He's such a positive, great guy around the room and on the ice. So yeah.
Do you feel like they discovered him while watching you? And if that's the case, do you feel like he owes you a cut or whatever you do?
No, I think I don't really think it had that much to do with me. I think he's such a special player, no matter where he's playing, that he was going to get noticed. And Chicago has been looking for, fast, skilled players, and he's right up that alley. So yeah.
What should we know about Merrick kind of going into this development camp and beyond?
Yeah, obviously, I think you guys see so much on the ice of his speed and skill and the way he plays in the offensive zone and his two-way game. But I think just off the ice, too, how much he works. Just seeing him every day last year and the year and a half I've been with him with Brantford and Hamilton, how much he works on and off the ice. Just the little things he does, too. And he's such a great teammate, pushes everyone. So I'd say that.
Are you encouraged by your season? You got off to that hot start, injury, a little hiccup, but it didn't seem like you skipped a beat when you got back.
Yeah, I mean, I was super motivated. I mean, obviously it was pretty tough to start to kind of, get a little hot streak going there with myself and the team, and then kind of have everything just go from a complete, stop for about 3 months, and then just have to pick it right back up again in the playoffs. But, I mean, I was really motivated to, make sure I was ready for the playoffs and help my team, and I thought I did a good job of that.
Where do you feel like you grew from last year?
I think just the biggest thing for myself is just keep getting more confident every single year. And obviously the biggest thing for myself, and I'm sure anyone could say that, at a development camp in the NHL, just getting stronger, improving on my strength, not just off the ice, but on the ice too, just making sure I'm winning battles and practicing that, just not even just in the off season, but in practice too. So, yeah.
Are there relationships that you started during development camp last year that, text threads or whatever, that you followed through with during the season and then reconnected this year?
Yeah, obviously, pretty much everyone. I mean, Frank Nazar, Moore, all those guys I've been in touch with throughout the year, just kind of texting with them how their season's going and stuff, and texting about the development camp where we're at right now. So it's been cool to kind of keep in touch with those guys and see how they're doing, and then just be here and have a good time with them too.
Do you talk about the Blackhawks too? I mean, you guys keeping an eye on the team and things like that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's pretty easy for me to say they're my favorite team growing up, so I'm always watching them and watching the games. So we text about it a little bit, but I think the most important thing is kind of just our seasons and talking about that too. But yeah.
How much did your experience with the Hawks at preseason last year kind of help lead you into your regular season?
Yeah, it was huge. I think just kind of learning how to be a pro and just the different playing style and just kind of where guys are at in different situations. It's just learning even just how to be a pro off and on the ice, what people do kind of before games, how to prepare themselves, just watching, Foligno and all the older guys. They've done it so many times, it's cool to kind of watch them do it and just kind of learn and pick from them what they do. So, yeah.
Kyle was saying that he was getting an eye on Merrick when he was watching the game with you while you were injured. What was that experience like, watching a game with the GM?
Yeah, I think I watched a period or two with him. It was pretty cool just to kind of talk with him and chat a little bit about the season, how it was going, and the training camp last year, and obviously about Merrick and some of the other prospects. So it was cool to kind of talk with him and catch up with him.
Did you feel nervous, like don't say anything stupid?
No, he's such a nice guy. It's really easy to talk to him. I mean, yeah.
How rewarding was it to sign the ELC right at the end of this past season as a third round pick? Like, you don't see that very often right away.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, obviously having a good first half, it was tough to not be able to play the second half and prove myself even more. But I think I was just really motivated to got to push myself in the playoffs and have a really good start. And then obviously I was lucky enough to sign in the ELC. So yeah.
You see all these recent draft picks and all the recent additions that the Hawks have made for free agency. Do you feel like the competition is getting tougher, like it's getting tighter to get to the NHL level for guys like yourself?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's kind of how it is with any prospect. I mean, there's so many changes throughout the year and in the summer with the deadline and throughout the year. But I think it's most important for myself just to focus on my game, throughout the summer, just worry about myself and not worry about too much about, what's going on, behind the scenes with other players. And it's kind of out of my control, so just worry about what I can do to, improve my game as much as I can.
You talked a little bit about how the Blackhawks asked you about Merrick, type of person he was, and they do put a premium on leadership and character. How do you think you've grown as a person, but also as a leader, especially with the season that you had?
Yeah, I think I've grown a lot. Just coming over from the trade from Peterborough to Hamilton, I think I've learned a lot about what it is to be a good leader, not just on the ice too, just pushing each other, but just off the ice, leading by example and communicating to others. We had a younger group last year with Hamilton, so I kind of took on a bigger leadership role there, and I think I've learned a lot about just how to lead a team and not just say leading a team just to lead it, but actually understanding what it means and how to become more of a successful group.
How much do they can communicate to you about what their development plan is for you, next few months?
Yeah, they've been awesome at that. Even just throughout the year, just checking in every week, doing video on what I could be doing better at, checking on stuff that I've been improving on and doing well on, stuff I can continue to improve on. Even just off the ice as well, just doing check-ins with some of the strength members on the team, little dinners too to check in. It's been awesome, and I think they're going to continue to do that as well for next year and throughout the summer, just keeping in touch with all of us and making sure that we're doing our roles and parts to hopefully become one day a Chicago Blackhawks. So it's been awesome.
Thanks, Nick.